Hey everyone, welcome back to the Status Down Under with me, Molly Sky, and today we're going to be talking about how I have been staying productive and staying calm during this quarantine. I know that it is very important to keep your daily routine while in quarantine because when you come out of quarantine, then you're just going to have just a messed up schedule and it's not going to be fun. So today we're just going to be talking about how I've been staying productive and a bunch of other things to do with what's happening right now. So, before we get start the podcast, I would just like to mention this is my first episode. So, if you do like this, make sure to please subscribe. I don't know if that's a thing on podcasting. I think it is, but if you could please follow or subscribe me, I'm not sure where it is, but that would be greatly, greatly appreciated if you do like this episode. And yeah, so let's get into it. Also, if you want to see actual content of me showing my face and doing a bunch of other stuff, then go check out my YouTube channel, Molly Sky on YouTube. And yeah, and also if you want to see some more behind the scenes stuff, go follow my Instagram at mollymaureryt. So yeah, let's start with my highlights and lowlights of the week. So basically my highlight of the week, I guess, is going back to school because right now in quarantine, none of us have been at school and none of us have been able to ask teachers for help, able to do any of that stuff. And I guess it's better just to be at school. You haven't been able to see your friends, you haven't been able to really focus on your work, because I know something that has definitely stopped me from being productive is just being at home and getting so distracted, because I get so distracted when I am just at home doing work. I don't even know, really. It's just very complicated to explain, and I just get so distracted, and I really don't get all my work done to my full ability, which I really need to do, especially in this time, because you need to show teachers that you can work when there is something going on. But yeah, that was one of my highlights. Definitely going back to school. I loved that, and it definitely helps with getting back into my routine. But yeah, hold on, water break. Okay, so now to my low light. This isn't really a low light of the week. This is a low light from last week, but it has been in the previous week. So I found out that I unfortunately didn't get into one of the selective schools that I tried out for. It was a performing arts school, and I'm super upset about that, but I've moved on, and I know that I'm going to try out next year, and in hopes that I will get in next year, because I really want to go to that school, because that school is amazing. I can't say the name of it, unfortunately, but yeah, that was just my low light. Don't really want to explain much about it. It's very simple. But yeah, now we're going to talk about some world news. So a bunch of you probably already know about coronavirus. It is a very serious topic at the moment. But yeah, I'm just going to be talking about how other countries have been dealing with it, how my country's been dealing with it, and how I think my country could have dealt with it better. So let's start off with how other countries are dealing with coronavirus. Now, I know that New Zealand was one of the countries that had a very strict lockdown orders. So you had to stay at home, you could only go out for essential items, and that's it. But now, after they've locked down and everyone's been in their houses for around 1.5 months, I think, they have one of the lowest death rates in the world because of with coronavirus, because of how strict they were with their lockdown orders. I think that is such a great way to deal with it, because they went straight into lockdown, and I know that seems a bit harsh, but to be honest, it is one of the best ways to deal with this situation, because there's not much you can do. If you get the virus, you get the virus and you have to be treated. But if you stay in your home, you're less likely to get the virus, obviously. So if you have everyone staying in their houses, then the people with the virus are less easy to give it to someone else because everyone's staying in their houses. And now they are one of the countries in the world that have the least amount of cases of the coronavirus. And I think that is just an amazing way to do it. Now, on the other hand, we're going to talk about America now. I'm just going to pop up here how many cases there are of coronavirus in America. Because I heard there is one of the top numbers in the world. So we're just going to find that out. But yeah, definitely America has been hit hard by this virus because obviously they are such a big country. I think they have at least 371 million people living in America. I'm just going to pop it up right here. Now, the total cases in America of COVID-19 is 1,528,235 and 23,405 new cases since that has been updated. And the total amount of deaths is 91,664 and 1,324 new deaths have been updated. Now, 29 states in America report more than 10,000 cases of the coronavirus. And as you know, there are 50 states in America, so that is over the halfway mark of how many states there are. Now, I've got this little map up here, and I can see that the biggest states, some of the biggest states have more cases because they're color-coded. So California, Texas, New York, definitely a lot of those countries, mainly Texas and California, they have over 40,000 cases in their states. And to be honest, Texas is one of the biggest states in America, so I can see why that happened. Now, on the 22nd, on the 10th of March, there were below 5,000 cases in America, and by the 9th of May, there were at least, that's in each state. Sorry, guys. There were around under 5,000. There were around 1,000 cases in each state of coronavirus on the 10th of the 3rd. And then by now, they're going up and down. There was this point in April where it was so bad, like there was over 40,000 in each state. But now it's lowered down to 25,000 in each state. Now, I think America is doing a great job of dealing with the coronavirus, and I know it is a very hard thing to deal with. Actually, my cousin she is a nurse in America, and she is treating people with coronavirus. And when she gets home, before she gets home, her husband hangs up a robe in the garage. She takes off her protective suit, hops straight into the shower, doesn't go inside the house because they have like this shower connected to the garage. I don't know if that makes sense. And she hops straight into the shower, then puts her robe on straight away. Because she has been in the rooms, obviously, with very, very sick people. So she doesn't want to, if she did have coronavirus, she didn't want to spread it to her husband or anyone living in her household. I'm not sure who lives in her household. Now, the amount of people in America who have coronavirus are the main amount are the ages 18 to 44, and that is around 350,000 people who are between 18 and 44 have coronavirus. That's one of the average sort of ages, as well with 45 to 64. So, yeah, and the 75 plus is actually 150,000 people. Yeah, and it says the following chart shows the age of people with COVID-19. Data were collected from 1,205,021 people, and aid was available for 1 million. I can't speak. From 1,205,000. Why can't I speak today, guys? Oh my god. 1,205,021 people, and aid was available for 1,200,334, which is 99.8% of people who have coronavirus in America. So, yeah, and the number of cases between the age of 0 and 17 is 39,279, and the average number of cases, not the average number, the exact number of cases between 18 and the age of 44 is 465,703, and the average age, oh my god, I keep saying average, and the number of cases between age 45 and 64 is 420,755. The number of cases between the age of 65 and 74 is 126,522, and the age 75 plus has 150,020. So the age range with the biggest amount is 18 to 44, which I thought it would be 65 to 74, but I do understand that. Now, I'm going to stop talking about coronavirus in case I'm worrying you guys. I just wanted to inform you on that, on how the main two other countries that I've heard about are dealing with the virus. Now, it is time for a fun fact of the day. So, we're just going to say a fun fact about me. So, a big fun fact about me is that I actually have a photographic memory, and I'm going to find a post that I put to my friends so that I can read that out to you and go in exact detail. And also, I'm in year 6, still in primary school in Australia, moving into year 7 so soon. I'm literally so nervous. And also, I'm 140 centimeters tall, so just letting you know. Okay, so I said an interesting fact about me is that I have a photographic memory, which means I can remember things from around 4 to 8 years. Well, at least that's how far I can remember back. I can remember 4 to 8 years in the past. It is a weird thing to have, and sometimes it is a good thing and sometimes it is a bad thing. Main things I remember are special, scary, sad, and exciting moments in my life. Mostly scary memories from my past, like my uncle passing away and my grandpa often in the hospital because he works daily and he sometimes falls over and gets serious injuries. And my grandpa is 83 years old and he is still working daily. He's actually coming to pick me up soon in around 45 minutes, so I better hurry this podcast up because I still have to get ready for school. But yeah. And he gets serious injuries, like he's broken his rib. And while they were doing that, I think they actually found, I don't even know, but I don't want to get too into it. But I can also remember very exciting moments, like when I learned I had a photographic memory, my first day of kindergarten, and the song that played to tell me I was going into my first class of kindergarten. So that's my little fun fact about me. I just wanted to let you guys know. And each week I will have a new fun fact, whether it's about something in the world, or me, or my family, or something. I don't know. But now we're actually going to get into how I'm staying calm during this coronavirus outbreak. So, basically, I think the main reason that I'm staying calm and collected during quarantine is because I don't really like to worry about it. Now, at the start of this whole outbreak, I was very, very worried about this. I was actually thinking that I was going to get it, I was going to die. It wasn't very good. But as I went into the later stages of quarantine, like when I heard that I was going into quarantine, that's where I started to get really scared because um, I thought that I was going to get it, and I was just so panicked. And there was really no reason for that. Like, you shouldn't be panicked about getting the coronavirus because um, the lowest amount of people in the United States, which has the most amount of cases, I think, in the world, is only 39,000 compared to the 465,000 that have between the ages of 18 and 44, I think. I was so worried, but now that I'm in the later stages of quarantine, I'm starting to become less worried about the virus and starting to. What the heck just happened? Oh my god. I'm starting to realize. Oh, I've just come up on the TV. The U.S. president is. Oh, United Reopening of America. I don't know what that means, but you know. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, I just feel that it is no need to be worried about it because if you do follow the stay-at-home orders and the restrictions, then you will be less likely to get the virus. And that's just what I'm thinking about. Like, if I do the right thing, then I won't get the virus. So it's really all up to me to decide where I go, what I do, how close I get to people, if I really keep the distance. And there's just so many little things that you can do to keep yourself safe. And if you really think about it, in Australia, it is really, really settling down. We actually go back to school in fully, like everyone back to school on the same days in around 3 days. So I'm so excited for that, to see all my friends. But yeah, there is really, if you can understand what the virus is, if you do some research on what the virus is, what the symptoms are, how you can keep yourself safe. There are so many news reports and articles about how you can keep yourself safe from this virus, then you can really keep yourself more calm and more collected about this virus, because that is what I've been doing to get myself less, I guess, stress about this virus, and it is really helping me to just keep myself calm, collected, and keeping myself doing my normal day in quarantine. Because when I get stressed, I just stop doing everything, and I just stop, and I just lay down, and I feel like I can't do anything. But if you really do your research and you really dig deep and find what. Okay, my recording stopped. Don't know why that happened, but as I was saying, you just have to do your research and research how the coronavirus can really affect people in your age group. Now, let's go on to how I'm staying productive during quarantine. Now, I'm basically in quarantine. I'm just acting like it's the weekend and I have extra homework. I basically just act like it's the weekend. I don't act like I can do whatever I want, obviously, because I still have to do my schoolwork. But yeah, I think the main way I'm staying productive is just keeping up with my daily routine. And I have been going to school for the past 4 days, so I'm starting to get back into my routine, which is so, so important, because if you don't get back into your routine by the time you're going back to school, then you're going to be waking up at because my school starts at 9. You're going to be waking up at 8:30, and you're going to have half an hour to get ready, get in the shower, do all your stuff, get your lunch ready. It's just going to be a mess. So I like to keep myself contained within my daily routine so that I can just, when I go back to school, I can just be like, all right, just doing exactly what I did in quarantine, except I'm going to school. And I think that I really think about how quarantine is helping me as well. Like, quarantine's been helping me to make more YouTube videos. Quarantine's been helping me to upload and edit more. Quarantine has motivated me to obviously keep going because, yeah, hold on, water break. But, yeah, quarantine has just showed me that, like, after quarantine and after we're all normal again, we're going to realize that we as humans can do anything and we can get through anything if we can get through this. Because this is a world pandemic. I'm not saying that there hasn't been a world pandemic before. Obviously, there was the Spanish flu and blah, blah, blah. But this shows that we, even as humans in the 21st century, is it the 21st century? I don't know. In the 21st century, can get through something like this. And just, yeah, I don't even know. But yeah, I think that is all for this episode of the podcast. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel for more amazing content. And for behind the scenes stuff, make sure to check out my Instagram. And if you do love this podcast, please make sure to follow or subscribe to me down below, whichever one you're watching on or listening on. Whether it's YouTube, no, not YouTube, whether it's, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Google Podcasts. I don't know what I'll have this up on, but yeah, make sure you subscribe to the podcast if you did enjoy this episode. And this is my first episode, so I'm just trying to figure this whole thing out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to this first episode. And make sure to DM me on Instagram some ideas you want to see for the next few podcasts. And I will see you guys in the next one.